there was another book I wanted to talk about, and it's a book I read earlier in the year. My friend is borrowing it, and I was like, I want to talk about it now. I don't know when she's going to give it back, so there you go. So I it's this book. I read it just before I read Circe, and it inspired me to read Circe. I love this book so much, and it's one of the reasons that I bought the Iliad and the Odyssey on my Kindle. Still haven't read them, but they're there, and I want to read them. And obviously, the epic musical songs are incredible, so I definitely want to read, like, while listening to those. So, yeah, I read The Song of Achilles in a couple of days, and I'm not gonna lie, I think Nabi, she sat next to me. Hi. She's not gonna come on screen. And, hang on. Come here. Come say hello. Yeah. Yeah. No. She's like, no, go away. Hi. Oh, you fluffy. She got annoyed with me because near the end, I kept kicking my feet, didn't I? I was like sobbing reading the ending. I was genuinely sobbing. I was like, no, Patroclus, you can't die. Spoilers. But I was like, you cannot die. And Achilles, you're wonderful, but God, get out of your slump. You're gonna kill off your lover. So yeah, I was like very angry. And I don't get me wrong, I love Song of Achilles so much. But I've done research since, and I've forgotten her name. But it was a really good way to like get into Greek mythology, I think, was to read all of the these books. And I have bought so many on my Kindle, and I've bought Ariadne in the physical form, and I have like Medusa, Clytemnestra, the Women of Troy, Helen, all of these like on my Kindle now. Thetis, pronunciation might be wrong, but Thetis. I watched a TikTok somewhere that Madeline Miller, who wrote Song of Achilles, didn't give Thetis justice, because like in the way that she portrayed Thetis wasn't seen as accurate or something. I may be wrong, but I did think I watched a TikTok about it. But TikTok could be wrong. I don't know. But I was like, maybe, because like Madeline Miller made Thetis quite hateful and spiteful, or something along those lines. And I mean, yes, I understand Thetis being like that because she was by Achilles' father, and like she had this son that she wanted to make into a divine being, like loved by the gods and within the gods, and she was doing everything for that bit. And of course Patroclus would want to go with Achilles, and it's good that he did because it's a companion. But like, it seemed like Thetis just hated Patroclus. I feel like, I'm hoping I'm saying this right. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. I did look it up, but I could be just forgetting actually the pronunciation. But yeah, I definitely loved the book itself, and I definitely want to read more about it all. I loved like the way that the boys learned together and grew up together and just existed together, and then eventually like found their feelings for each other, and how they continued to be with each other, and then obviously the ending. I think the last 100 pages I've read in one night. But like the last 50 pages I was reading and tears were falling down. I'm pretty sure there's like tear stains on that book. And I was like, I'm gonna cry at the ending. Would I read it again? I don't know, you know? I feel like now I don't read books again and again and again and again, you know? I feel like I read them once and I'm good. But yeah, I really enjoyed Song of Achilles. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. I want to read some more of the others. What others do I have? Let me see. I think it's in my folk fairy tales. Oh yeah, there's the Odyssey. So it'll be in here. The Odyssey, the Iliad, the Fates, Galatea, Hera, 1,000 Ships, Stone Blind, Divine Might. These kind of ones. I bought those because I was just like, after reading Circe and reading Song of Achilles, I was like, I'm really into them. So I definitely want to read them some more. that should be good. Recommend me others. Recommend me other books about like Greek mythology or other types of mythology as well, because I feel that they're always really interesting. I probably rambled. I didn't speak much about the book. Maybe I do need to reread it, you know? But I really enjoyed the development of the characters. Don't get me wrong, I got annoyed at Achilles being stubborn. I know it's predicted in the stars and in the fate of what's going to happen, but you're an idiot. There are points that made me angry. Like, was it the princess was sacrificed and the girls being taken as, you know, collateral. I understand that happens in history, but it's vile, because you know, as women, I think you know what happens to them. So yeah, that was still, but I did enjoy the book. I would highly recommend reading it if you haven't. And yeah, let me know what you're reading and recommend me some more books, whether it's the same or different. And I'll talk to you soon. Enjoy reading.